Warning: this video contains graphic and disturbing content related to domestic abuse and violence. Viewer discretion advised. Welcome back to Delving into Darkness. Today we delve into a gripping true crime mystery that has captivated the world. The Kellyanne Bates case, one of the most gruesome murders in British history. Prepare to uncover shocking details, intriguing theories, and gain a deeper understanding of this chilling story that shook a community to its core. Buckle up, because this is going to be a chilling ride. James Smith, a divorced man residing in Manchester's Gorton area, was known for his meticulous homekeeping and well-groomed appearance. He abstained from both alcohol and smoking. However, his first marriage crumbled in 1980 after a decade, primarily due to his violent behavior towards his wife. Following this, he entered a relationship with Tina Watson, who was 20 years old at the time. Over the span of 2 years, from 1980 to 1982, he subjected her to horrifying physical abuse, even while she was pregnant with their child. Tina vividly recalled the progression of violence, starting with occasional taps and culminating in daily beatings. These included slaps, blows with an ashtray, and kicks, leading to her traumatic experiences. Furthermore, Smith attempted to drown Tina while she was bathing, making her desperate to escape the abusive relationship. When this relationship ended in 1982, Smith then became involved with Wendy Mottershead, who was just 15 years old at the time. Tragically, she also suffered abuse at his hands, including an incident where he held her head underwater in a kitchen sink in a horrifying attempt to drown her. Kelly Bates was barely 14 years old in 1993 when Smith first met her while she was babysitting for friends and started manipulating and grooming her. Kelly moved in with Smith about 2 years after completing school, keeping her parents, Tommy and Margaret Bates, unaware of their substantial age gap. From the moment they first met, Margaret Bates felt something was strange with Smith, and she immediately tried to protect her daughter. Kelly returned to Smith's home after a few brief separations caused by disagreements. Although her battered state was observed by her parents, she repeatedly blamed accidents for the wounds. She eventually distanced herself from her family, left her work, and Smith managed her family's contact, which prompted to concerns among her loved ones. The story of James Smith and Kelly Bates ultimately ended tragically as a result of Smith's manipulation and isolation strategies. During an argument on April 16, 1996, Smith told the police that he had accidentally murdered his fiancée in a bathtub. He said that she had ingested water and passed away after his attempts at CPR. She frequently pretended to be unconscious, he added. Bates's naked body was discovered in a bedroom when police arrived at Smith's residence. A post-mortem examination revealed that she had sustained over 150 different injuries, and her blood was found all around the house. Her hair had occasionally been used to bind her to a radiator or piece of furniture, while other times a ligature had been used to bind her neck during the final month of her life. The Home Office pathologist who examined her body, William Lawler, said, "In my career, I have examined around 600 homicide victims, but I have never encountered injuries so severe." On Bates's body, the following wounds were discovered: scalding on her left leg and buttocks, burns on her thigh brought on by using a hot iron, an arm fracture, multiple stab wounds from scissors, forks, and knives. She has oral injuries from stabs, injury to both hands from being crushed. Her ears, nose, eyebrows, mouth, lips, and genitalia were all mutilated. Spade and pruning shear injuries. Additional stab wounds to the empty eye sockets after both eyeballs were gouged out, and partial scalping. Her eyes had been removed, not less than 5 days and not more than 3 weeks before her death, according to the pathologist. She had been dehydrated for several days prior to her death and was starved to the point that she had dropped about 20 kilograms of weight. It was as if he deliberately disfigured her, causing her the utmost pain, distress, and degradation, said Peter Openshaw, the prosecutor in Smith's trial. The injuries were not the result of a single violent outburst. Rather, they must have progressed over time and were so severe and horrific that the defendant must have purposefully and repeatedly tormented the girl. She had been battered over the head with the shower head before she drowned as a cause of death. When the matter went to trial, the prosecution presented the jury with proof of the torture Bates had endured. According to one prosecutor, The extreme physical torment would have caused anguish and misery to the point of mental collapse. At the trial, a number of Smith's abuse victims gave testimony to help the prosecution paint a picture of a sexist man who used violence to control others out of a preoccupation with jealousy. Smith asserted that Bates would put me through hell winding me up and denied having committed murder. He added that Bates taunted him about his deceased mother and had a bad habit of hurting herself to make it look worse on me. Bates dared him to harm her. He claimed when pressed to explain why he had blinded, stabbed, and otherwise beaten her. Smith had a severe paranoid disorder with morbid jealousy, according to consulting psychiatrist Gillian Measy, and lived in a distorted reality. After deliberating for an hour, the jury at Manchester Crown Court found 49-year-old Smith guilty of killing Bates. The court, Mr. Justice Sachs, recommended that Smith serve a minimum of 20 years in jail after giving him a life sentence. This has been a terrible case, a catalog of depravity perpetrated by one human being upon another. You are a highly dangerous person. You are an abuser of women, and I intend, so far as it is in my power, that you will abuse no more. To assist them cope with the trauma of viewing the photos of Bates's injuries and the sickening violence of the case, the jury was offered professional counseling. This offer was accepted by all of the jury members. Thank you for watching this video on the Kelly Ann Bates case. If you found this information intriguing, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more true crime content, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. If you have any thoughts, questions, or suggestions for future topics, please leave them in the comments below. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next video.